Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday's edition, or as I like to call it, Happy Justin Timberlake Day for those of you in Washington, D.C. I'm super excited, about to leave to go head out for the show. I'm ready to get my dance on, people. I'm ready to get my dance on. Wanted to come to you today. Had a great weekend. Hope you guys did. Maybe had a little St. Patty's Day action in your life. With the kids or out with the babysitter, hopefully, like some of my friends were able to do this weekend. But I wanted to give you the answers to 4 key questions that I get all the time about the little yellow pill in our products, because I feel like there are probably a lot of you out there with those same questions. So the first question I get all the time is, does a little yellow pill and our other activators interact with prescriptions that you might be taking? And the answer is no, they shouldn't. That there have been no reported drug interactions as of yet. I mean, granted, it's been on the market for 15 years, so that's kind of a long time for people to be on it and taking it with other drugs. And part of the reason why that is that drugs get processed in your kidney, and the little yellow pill and our other herbs, they get processed in your liver. So that's why you don't get a lot of those interactions, which is awesome. And if we did have known drug interactions, obviously we would have to tell you about them. So that's why I'm very, very confident in telling you that up to this point, unless a new drug comes on the market, they are not going to have drug interactions. So that is always great news for us, right? We want to be able, our people to be able to take the little yellow pill. The only people who can't take the little yellow pill, to kind of go off of that, is people who are allergic to the ingredients. So if you are allergic to green tea, or if you're allergic to turmeric or curcumin, which is the same thing, then obviously you shouldn't take it because you'll be allergic to the little yellow pill. And we don't want those kind of problems either, respiratory or even just a rash. And then other people are people who've had a transplant of some sort, and they're on the drugs to help you keep the transplant intact and in your body, so your body doesn't reject it. So the anti-rejection drugs. So that's not a drug interference. It's just that it boosts your immune system so much that apparently there's some sort of conflict there. I don't know exactly how the science works on that one, but that's what I do know. The second question I get a lot is, why hasn't a pharmaceutical company bought the little yellow pill and our other products? And the answer to that is they actually tried. So early on in the company's life, several pharmaceutical companies came to Dr. McCord, who is the one who invented the little yellow pill, and they wanted to buy it. And he said no. And the reason why he said no was because he wanted to keep it accessible to people and low cost. So recently there was a pharma exec at one of our opportunity meetings, and one of my friends was asking him after the meeting, if your company got a hold of this product, how much would the pharmaceutical company charge? Hey, Tamika, how are you? Hey, Michelle. Hey, Gwen. Hey, Vicki. And he said that a little yellow pill that was proven to extend lifespan would cost $10,000 a year if a pharmaceutical company got a hand on it. Because it's all natural, not synthetic, and delivers results that it does. And so that's crazy given the fact that it's $480 a year. So, that's a huge, huge price difference between why you want it to stay independent and through our channels versus it becoming a drug and going through the pharmaceutical. So the third question I get a lot is the little yellow pill certified by the FDA? And the answer is no. And the reason is that we are not a drug. And so that's what the FDA does, is they regulate drugs. And, if that's part of the reason why our company, LifeVantage, cannot put out studies that tie the little yellow pill to a specific disease. Because if we initiated a study like that, then basically we would be testing to become a drug. And that's not what we're trying to do for the exact reasons we talked about. So that's like the one thing. On the other hand, the FDA does monitor LifeVantage manufacturing and production and all of that stuff, right? Because there are regulations that anything produced in the US has to go through, right, to ensure. And so they also allow us to say, because of the studies that were initiated by universities and medical centers around the world, so those were not initiated by us, so that's why we're not considered a drug. So those studies that you see on PubMed that I've talked about before on my Facebook page and stuff, and if you have any questions about that, I'm happy to give you those studies. But there are 23 different studies that were done by universities and medical centers around the world, and those were initiated by them. And as a result of those studies, it was scientifically proven that the little yellow pill reduces oxidative stress by 40% within 30 days on average, and up to 70% with continued use. So they do allow us to say that, because most of the time they don't let you make claims like that, because obviously it has to be rooted in science, and it is. So, a lot of companies have gotten into trouble because, as you know, there are a lot of supplement companies out there. Target and GNC actually recently have had lawsuits within the last few years because the FDA was, going through and, double checking what was actually in the product. And it turned out that the supplements they were selling did not have any of the items that they said they were selling. So it's definitely important for you to get high quality supplements, which then leads me to my next question that I get a lot about the little yellow pill and our other products if they're certified organic. And the answer to that is also no. And the reason why is because organic certification is a very, very specific process and has specific attributes. And because our herbs are sourced in India and China, we cannot guarantee the whole checklist, right, of things that would require it to be considered organic. But having said that, they are wildcrafted, so that means that they're not produced in, like a greenhouse type environment. So that means it's like rugged and good strains of the herbs. They're non-GMO, no pesticides, no radiation, all of that kind of stuff, in addition to, all of the quality, right? So the way that LifeVantage ensures the quality is that they test every batch of the herb to make sure that it has exactly the amount and the quality that's going into it. And a lot of that is because the ratio for the activation is so important to get the results that were proven in the studies, right? So if we don't have the quality of the herbs, then we're not going to have the results through the activation in your body. And that's obviously the entire point of the little yellow pill and its little sister and the probiotic and the Omega Plus. So they test every batch. Now, when I was talking earlier about the FDA monitoring, the FDA only requires things to be tested 1 out of every 4 batches. So the company, LifeVantage, does not have to test every batch. But again, it's that commitment to quality that they want to make sure that everything that goes into our hands of our customers is exactly what they're saying it is. Super, super important, right? So those are the top 4 questions I get. Hope that helps you guys, give you a little bit more insight. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday evening. I'm actually off to go see JT. I'll try and post live there. Can't wait. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.